Now, in our last video, we started talking about collecting information for your mechanical system and how important it is to make sure that it's accurate and relevant. So in these videos, we're going to start talking about each bit of information that you're going to need, where to get this information, how to make sure that it's accurate and relevant. And the first step is to record who you are. Now, that may sound simple, but I think it's very important for you to make sure that you accurately record the name of your company as it is written at the Secretary of State. So, for example, if you're 123 Construction, Inc., you want to make sure that you record the actual name of your company. It's not 123 Construction or 123 Inc., it's 123 Construction, Inc. And the way you can ensure that you make sure you know the exact layout of your company name is to go to the Oklahoma Secretary of State website. All I do is I Google Oklahoma Secretary of State, click on Google, and it'll take me to the website, and you can go to Business Services. And then on Business Services, you can click on Entity Search. All you have to do is put your name in there, and it will pull up the actual name that's recognized by the state of Oklahoma as your official name. So you want to make sure that you have that accurately set out. Now, the other bit of information that it's going to give you on that website is the name of your registered agent. And you probably know who that is, but go ahead and write that information down. And I would also include the principal place of your business as well. So your registered agent may be your lawyer, may be the owner of the company at his or her home address. And then you may have a principal place of business where you actually have your shop or your office. I always have put down both pieces of information because at some point that's going to become relevant. So always make sure that you accurately record who your company is. Not only do you need to have the name of your company accurate, you need to find out who the original contractor is. Now, the original contractor is simply defined as the person or entity that has the contract directly with the owner of the property. Sometimes referred to as general contractor, but the statute refers to it as original contractor. So you want to make sure you accurately record that information as well. Now, you may be the general contractor or the original contractor, or you may be a sub-supplier or a subcontractor, and your contract is not with the owner. You still need to have the information, and that's one reason that you always in your contract, if you're a subcontractor, make sure you identify who the original contractor is in the contract. So when you negotiate that subcontract, make sure that the general contractor or the original contractor identifies who the original contractor is so that you can have that information. Now, once you have that information, again, you can go to the Oklahoma Secretary of State website and get the accurate spelling of that name or how that name is set out, and be sure and use that name. Now, again, also record who the registered agent is and that registered agent's address, as well as the principal place of business. And the reason that I collect both of those names or addresses is to make sure that I send all of my mailings to both of them. And that way you can be ensured that person is going to get the information somehow, either through their registered agent, which is recognized by the Oklahoma Secretary of State as the person who receives legal notices, or the principal place of business. So if you send them to both places, you're ensured that your documents are going to be received. Now, the third step is to identify the property owner. And again, one of the best ways to do that is to have that person or entity identified in your contract. So if you're the general contractor, have them set out who the owner is and the correct spelling of the name, and double check it with the Secretary of State, and make sure that they identify the address of where they want to accept notices. So whenever I fill out this checklist, I can simply go back to my contract and make sure I have that information. Now, I also go back and get the Secretary of State website information on the registered agent, and I get the principal place of business. And I'm going to mail to all three of them if they're different: the registered agent, the address that's in the contract, and the principal place of business. So again, it's this concept of belts and suspenders. You want to make sure that you have good, accurate information, and it doesn't hurt to send it to multiple places, but the more information you can have of the location of this business, you're going to be in a better position. Now, in our next video, we're going to talk about the fourth step, which is the last date of work. Now, the last day of work can be the most important piece of information that you need to collect. And it has to be accurate because every time limit in our mechanic lien system triggers from the last day of work. And so we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about what that looks like. So I look forward to seeing you on the other side.